What's up, good people? Welcome to Stock Up with Larry Jones. If you're new to the page, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. This is just an update on the infrastructure bill. They went to Congress. There was a bipartisan team of Democrats and Republicans. The battle is not over yet, but they have a temporary agreement. Of course, it has to pass, the bill has to still be passed and the president has to sign it. But I have a 3-minute video of the president's speech. I just cut all of the fat out and got right down to it. And we're going to see how we can make money off of this infrastructure bill. It is loaded with a lot of good stuff. Let's go right into it. All right. So materials and industrial stocks rose right while the president was speaking. Okay. So we know this gives us a sign of what stock can potentially run once this bill gets passed. Right. And so it's actually showing us who these companies are showing us their hands. Right. So let's look at it. Of course, he talked about putting plumbers and pipe fitters to work. He talks about the infrastructure. He talked about electric, rail. And then while he was talking, and I'm going to play the video, you're going to notice companies like, I want you to take a pen out and write some of these companies down, especially if your portfolio is unbalanced, right? You want to get into some companies like these. That way, if something happens to the market and you're all in tech or you're all in growth or you're all in, one or the other sectors and you're not balanced, here's a good way to balance your portfolio and make some money. All right, I'm going to kind of blow right through it and then you could rewind it and write these down. All right, these companies literally went up as the president was speaking, but not limited to. These are the ones that stuck out to me. Deere, which is John Deere, ticker symbol DE. Martin Martell, ticker symbol MLM. Vulcan Materials, ticker symbol VMC. Verizon, yes, the telephone, because that's part of the infrastructure bill for 5G. Ticker symbol V as in Victor Z. T-Mobile. Ticker symbol TMUS. AT&T, ticker symbol T. Here's a big one that I'm in. Caterpillar, which is the land movers. They ship those big land movers all over the world. Ticker symbol CAT, like cat. Alcoa, the materials that I'm in. Ticker symbol AA, just like Alcoholic Anonymous. Deere, DEERE, Deere. John Deere, that company. Ticker symbol D as in Daniel, E as in enough. For those of you that's been following me, this was one of our plays based on the infrastructure. All right. United Rentals, which is another big one. They rent these big land movers. Ticker symbol URI. That's United Rentals. And then Blink charging station. It literally went up as the president was speaking. Ticker symbol BLNK. Alcoa, another one that's in materials. Ticker symbol AA. I did that one already. I'm sorry. Did that one. And here's another big one. US Steel. Ticker symbol X. That's US Steel, ticker symbol X. Write those down because you're going to see these. Now, it could, if the bill goes south, they could come back down. If the bill gets passed, it can go back up. These are other companies that you need to really start looking at, really broadening your portfolios. All right. Here, I'm going to play a little of it and then let's go from there. Listen.
I also want to thank Senator Shelley Caputo for her earlier work on infrastructure agreement. We didn't reach an agreement, but she tried her best to get something done. I'm sure it helped produce the final agreement we had. The fact is, investment in jobs and infrastructure have often had bipartisan support in the past. Matter of fact, when I first got to the United States Senate It was probably the least difficult thing to do, is pass infrastructure plans. But even so, it's been a very long time since the last time our country was able to strike a major bipartisan deal on American infrastructure, which is so badly needed, I might add. We devoted far too much energy to competing with one another and not nearly enough energy competing with the rest of the world to win the 21st century. The investments we'll be making as a result of this deal are long overdue. They'll put Americans to work in good-paying jobs, repairing our roads and our bridges. They'll deliver high-speed internet to every American home, bringing down the price that people pay now for internet service. And they'll close the American digital divide, as been driven home by every mother and father with a child at home during the COVID crisis. That is, thank God, abating, and kids not being able to be in school. It's going to put plumbers and pipe fitters to work. It's going to replace 100% of the nation's lead water pipes. Upgrading the power grid to be more energy efficient and resilient, and extreme weather to be able to sustain extreme weather and the climate crisis. It also builds our natural infrastructure, our coastlines and our levees to be more resilient as well. American workers will be installing electric vehicle charging stations and undertaking critical environmental cleanups. And we're going to do it all without raising a cent from earners below $400,000. There's no gas tax increase, no fee on electric vehicles. And the fact is, we're going to help ensure that we're make sure that everybody in America is in a position to be able to do what need be done. And so let me be clear, we're in a race with China and the rest of the world for the 21st century. Economists, left, right, and center, independent Wall Street forecasters, they all say that these kinds of public investments mean more jobs, more workers participating in the labor force, higher productivity, and higher growth for our economy over the long run. I do know that among the roughly 20 bipartisan groups of senators and senators that I met with, well, only 10 were here today, but that group, that we had an agreement. For example, I talk about, well, why would Biden compromise? Well, when's the last time, if you had asked me whether or not I'd be able to get passenger rail service for $66 billion worth, largest investment ever since Amtrak came about. I asked for 90, got 66 billion. Talk about public transit, 49 billion.
So as you can see, I cut all of the fat out and just went to what pertains to us. Of course, there's going to be a lot of jobs created, that type of deal. But there's two in particular that I'm really, and a lot of you are bullish on as far as stock that you're in. And you know what those are. EVs and electrification. Listen to this 1-minute clip.
Electric buses, 7.5 billion. I asked for 15. I couldn't get all of it, but we compromised. Electric infrastructure, that is charging stations along the roads. I asked for 15, I got 7.5. These are significant down payments on things that we finally got after the skillful negotiation on the part of my cabinet and my team led by Mr. Ricchetti.
So you heard that. 7.5 billion on electric buses, and that's only half of what he was trying to get. And then 7.5 billion on charging stations. Those of you that know about the infrastructure bill, you know that the president wanted 500,000 charging stations across America, right? And that's what he wants. So let's look at, I'm just going to tell you the charging stations that I have in my portfolio, not limited to these. There's more out there. Number one is ChargePoint, CHPT. What is it? 73% of the market share in North America. Correct me, 73 to 78%, somewhere in there. BLNK charging station, BLNK. Another one, ticker symbol CLII, and another one is Plug charging station. Those are the ones that I have in my portfolio. And I know a lot of you guys have these. And I just made a video yesterday. I'm going to leave it up here. I upgraded it about these stock will make you wealthy. And it has these charging stations are part of them, some of them, and just EVs in general. And you really need to watch this video if you want to build wealth. All right. I just want to leave it right there. I wanted to come in with this breaking news. And I know a lot of you guys are asking, yeah, what about AMC? AMC, the shorts, short interest went up from 13% to 18% today, meaning that we're winning because we own 80%. All right. Outstanding. We own 80%. You and I, the retail investors, the apes. OK. And so, you guys, I don't know if you heard the joke, so if you was to call me and I was AMC, I would just say, please hold, because I am. All right, good people, watch this video. Live, love, laugh, and learn.